was a different session, the last one. So, Villa, Rexmoa, would you mind telling me what happened?
You know, I feel, yeah, sure. It's appropriate enough. So, we made it to the end of this temple monastery. And as you can see on the screen, we had to face off this big bad, but unfortunately for our intrepid crew, it was simply not fate that we would be able to overcome it by our own hand. And so we needed a bit of divine intervention in the form of me, Rexmoa, getting like my head bit off. Essentially, I was the first one to fall, which outside of the stream, I am kind of curious, like, if you had planned if like it was someone else. But Oris, the god of the air, contacted Rexmoa and essentially caught him up on what's happening and gave him like a second chance at life and a new motivation in this world in the form of knowing the fate, I suppose, of his family and giving him another reason to keep going on. And now I'm blessed with new powers, which I'm not gonna say them quite yet because it's a little secret. And the beast is defeated, and now we must pick up on a new chapter.
Correct. And to answer your question as to if it was another one, what would you like to do?
Hey, don't do that. That's rude.
But yes, okay. So, after the sight of a miracle that just occurred in front of you guys, you have witnessed, as Villa put it, literal divine intervention bursting through the wall of this monastery and returning your friend back. You all shared a loving embrace. And now you find yourselves in the quiet of the monastery once more, with Villa, Rexmoa, a fancy new gem. What are you guys doing?
Well, right now, bear hugging Rexmoa.
Roll d20 to cry.
Don't worry, crying is a free action, as another great DM says.
I also posted that on my
Correct.
Yeah, I think Rexmoa is just gonna take one last look on this monster and I guess kind of reflect and wince about the fate that he just like went through. Essentially, like he basically did die, which is
very traumatic
in and of itself. Perhaps he hasn't fully processed it, but he's just trying to revel, I suppose, in this second chance that he's gotten.
You guys see how the back wall of this area is completely gone. Where once were walls of the monastery, it is now a large hole. But you can also see how slowly the fog is it's moving away from the monastery, ever so slowly. Now, guys sit in the pile of knowledge that once was the vaults of this place. The knowledge that you guys wanted to obtain back. perhaps you may have forgotten your initial
Oh yeah,
quest.
that's right. We're supposed to be here to find out something because the wizard said something. The darn wizard.
Correct. You have
He
found
must
some
have
knowledge.
planned all this. He planned Willow's death.
You have
Wizard.
found some knowledge, indeed. But if you guys want to investigate a little bit more, you may. I also should tell the people that are watching that you guys are level 4 now. I didn't say it on stream, I forgot to say it when we did the level ups and everything. So, now back and invigorated. What are you guys doing?
I think Rexmoa is going to. I don't know. I'm curious if we can find out more about this creature and why it was here in the first place. Like, did the monks bring it in? Did it invade their monastery? What's going on here? What kind of grave mistake did they make to deserve this fate?
Give me a, let's see. It will be an investigation check. The story has been told somewhat with the things that you have found, but I will refresh your memory. But just give me an investigation check. I want to see.
Okay. Investigation.
Okay, very good.
Nice.
So, as you remember, the monastery is a place that holds a lot of knowledge. And not all the knowledge is good knowledge. So one day, the monastery was contacted by an individual, unnamed in the books that you have found, that desired some knowledge. Had a purpose, he had a vision, and he needed knowledge. However, the monks denied it because they understood that the intentions of this man were not pure. So, of course, this man used his abilities to infiltrate with many uses of mimicry to get inside of the vaults. And as you saw from the past battle, witnessed what it would be the circle of a summoning of the creature that lays dead around you, in front of you. This creature, of course, had other plans. It is a creature that feeds on your desires. So for a person like this unnamed, call it wizard, it was not difficult to persuade into summoning something that. And you see what happened. In the end, the creature required eating, and the monks were the perfect food. And as a matter of fact, you can tell that the corpse that was speaking to you is none other than the unnamed wizard, we'll call it.
Freaking knew it. I'm just waiting for him to pop out of a corner or something and be like, "Oh, good job, everyone. Good news, everyone."
That would be fun. But no, you are being left in the monastery. Silence again. You can see the tendrils of magic that were around the corpse of this unnamed witch fade off. And yeah, the corpse is there. It's a very bad looking corpse. Very, very much in decomposing.
Can I loot it?
Of course.
You
Give
three.
me an intelligence check. Sorry. Give me an investigation, please, to see what you get from said corpse. Hey,
Yeah. Okay. So investigation, you said.
correct.
Investigation.
With that investigate, oh, it is an advantage. You can query the advantage. That's fine. Take the first roll because that's how I do. With that roll, I can tell you, the clothes are very ragged. You may find some things of use, but in terms of valuables, you can't really see anything. But, however, you do find, in one of the pockets of its, find a folded document. And the folded document is the following, if you wouldn't mind reading it for everybody.
No.
Story time. As the rage of Ixis rises, so shall the ocean swell to its full height, dark waves crashing and sweeping upon the lands, tearing down cities. As the sorrow of Vethis prolongs, so shall the earth shake and rumble, mountains crashing and crumbling into rubble and dust. As the pride of Aris flares, so shall the skies roar their defiance, the fury of wind and rain, lightning and thunder, tearing the world asunder. I like the rhyme so far. And then, as the madness of Cassius spreads, so shall the world burn with its flames of destruction.
You managed to find this little paper right here. If you decide to keep it, it shall be
Nothing else.
valuable.
Nothing like-
No.
Just
It's
the letter.
very, very decomposed. As for Ambrose, you have asked me. Would you mind also giving me an investigation check? At disadvantage, because I'm pretty sure you can see the mess of books that are all around you.
Yeah. Not to mention what I'm looking for is quite specific.
It's quite specific, correct?
Do I have? I just want to make sure I have query on. No, it is always roll. Let me click advantage. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation. Disadvantage.
Correct. Oh, that's pretty
You know,
good. Even with
that's not
disadvantage.
bad. That's not bad. I gotta respect it.
Even with disadvantage. Okay. Looking through, rifling through the books, you try to find the specific information that you're trying to find. However, you don't find anything of that same matter. You find a lot of other documents on the worship of the Titan. Some other stuff as valuable as to, the building of a castle, or to some things more mundane, like a cookbook. Other than that, I mean, there's books everywhere.
Yeah, not too unsurprising. For context, I, as Ambrose, will begin to look around some documents with a certain fervor that you're probably not very used to. Rather, normally being stoic, I look through the documents, grabbing some, ruffling through it before just kind of almost dropping it on the ground unceremoniously before going to the next thing, and looking a little ruffled when I apparently don't find what I'm looking for. But I don't really say anything.
Are you still huge? You looking through the books with your huge person?
Oh, how long does the
Hands
enlarge? Yeah, how long does the enlarge last?
I think it's a
Forever.
minute.
No.
If it's a
Well,
minute, then no, you are normal Ambrose now.
I'm pretty sure it's a minute. It is up to a minute, yes.
Okay,
So I am
so
regular Ambrose.
yes, you are regular Ambrose now.
But you did get hugged by Big Ambrose.
You
It
did.
felt amazing.
Double
Alright.
trouble.
So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of
Holy
hard
shit.
to understand the. It's kind of
Why
hard
are
to
there
find.
two of them?
Oh, go ahead. What's up?
Why are there two Kippers?
Oh shit.
There's only one.
Don't worry about that.
There's
Duplication.
only one. I mean, hey, simulacrum is a spell, and that allows you to duplicate.
I don't like
You
how I'm
know,
standing on top of the
rabbits,
wizard.
greeny.
Okay, dude.
How dare you?
Hey, we had the discussion last week. We can't have it again.
Exactly. But yes, Rexmoa, as you're standing there, obviously that is not a wall any longer. It is a crumbled down structure overlooking to the world. You see the peaks that are covered in fog, as I said, slowly retreating, and the visibility starting to get a little.
Okay. I'm gonna head that way. Can we see any way down from here?
From there, no,
Yeah.
you would
No,
fall
nothing.
down and die.
No ledges. No secret passage.
So-
okay.
This part right here is kind of like built off like the other side of the mountain,
Correct.
right?
It's
it's
like
kinda
a
like a
tower,
hanging-
not tower, but it's like a structure on the mountain.
Hmm.
Do we see anything in particular? Like anything that catches our eye, like a building or a weird animal or something?
Well, besides
You see
the
Joy flying through
large,
the air.
besides the large bird that just flew through and went up into the skies and disappeared.
Does it have babies? Like what's like can I do an investigation? Like see if anything else is out there?
If you
Giants?
want to, sure. Do you want an investigation check?
Okay.
That would be perception, actually.
Perception. Okay.
Because you're just
Here we
trying to
go.
observe. Okay. You see the peak of the mountain. The fog is slowly retreating.
Okay.
And you have a feeling that this is not the way out.
Okay. Got it. Curiosity of the
Oh
kitty
god,
cats.
everything froze.
Oh no. But yes.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, the calm in the monastery finally sets in. As a matter of fact, you guys feel at this point, after all the stuff that had just happened, you feel like the uncertainty in the air is gone. It's only you staring out in the wilds, the sun glaring down, the books everywhere, rubble, and obviously a large corpse of an amorphous tentacled creature on one side of the room. But other than that, it almost feels peaceful.
So this magic stone that I have, do I feel anything in particular from it?
Every time that you are holding it, Rexmoa, you feel the warm embrace of the wife. And
I hold it close to me as I look off into the broken wall, off into the distant mountains.
You can see how every time that you hold it, you see the little shimmers inside of this almost transparent stone slowly move around it as if they were dancing. The stone, by the way, I don't have a proper image for it, but it would be a crystal with some jagged edges and some interesting kind of cuts. It is definitely not a very well cut stone. It is very rough. And as I said, the color is almost transparent, kind of milky white-ish, but almost transparent with small glimmers of kind of like white, yellowish that resemble stars. If hey, the size corrected. There you are. Look at him go.
Just realized what.
Maybe
Bit, bit.
bat.
Named the second version of Ambrose.
What does it say?
Ambrose Schmolder.
Oh, of course. That's funny.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh, whoops. Revert. Hang on.
But yes, having
Sorry,
found
we're doing some rocket science.
that's all good. So, you guys have already found some, maybe, of what you were looking for. Perhaps not in the way that you expected. Definitely not in the way that some of you expected. One of you specifically.
Did it.
But
Take.
you guys are free to roam around now. The temple is, if it wasn't a little bit, clear from my narration, the temple is clear.
I guess since I failed to find what I was looking for previously, kind of giving up on what I was originally looking for, I like to try and find information regarding the waterlogged paper and the damaged scroll that we had from before.
What kind of information are you trying to look for?
So, looking at the damaged scroll, if you can easily pull it up, there was a couple of missing dialogue pieces. Four shall become one, four shall something. The world shall know it's something, be it something.
Oh,
And then
you're
the
talking about,
waterlogged, the
Alright.
waterlogged paper was missing like a bunch of blanks as well.
Mhm.
So maybe I could try to find something in these like stacks of books that might be able to finish those.
Well, the damage scroll, as I mentioned before, it's a little bit interesting because you see how the scroll, the places that are missing, the words that are covered in the same ink that it was made with.
Oh,
So-
right.
It is kind of almost impossible to distinguish. Plus, it has suffered some damage from the same, dampness of the ink. So, the scroll, what you see is what is in there. But however, you knowing that it is about the Titans, you can probably try and find information about Titans.
Yeah,
although,
that'll
as I said, what kind of information are you trying to?
Let's see, we just got a document about the prophecy of destruction. So maybe more information regarding the shards.
Interesting. Okay. Give me an investigation check again with disadvantage. It's a specific thing that you're trying to look. Hey, there's Taurin.
Yay!
This is gonna be one I get 2 nat ones on.
Imagine.
I like how Taurin's like the tiniest.
I'm fixing it.
6.
Okay. With that, I can give you the fact that there's a lot about the Titans. You can stay there, dig around for days, and you will still probably find books about them. Most of them talking
would
about
imagine.
religion, and some of them talking about other things like symbolisms and stuff like that. Nothing that right now catches your eye. However, one of the books that you see, it was an old tale, kid's story about the Titans. You kind of glance over it at first, but something catches your attention. You think, hey, this may be something, And you start reading it. Simple words, simple small texts, drawings of the Titans, of course, in their very splendor. And you will see that in this book, it tells the story of how Titans favor people. And they help them.
Okay.
But that is as much as I can.
They better not be favoring them like Zeus does, just saying.
You don't know that.
I hope not. I'm gonna start sweating. I'm married.
Oh, Mary.
Or Attack on Titan. No, I'm good.
Also, before, thank you, Bib Bib, for these amazing avatars. Hey, everybody, Bib Bib,
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah.
At It's Bib Bib everywhere on the streams and everywhere you guys can find him. He does some great art, and he has made all our players' reactives. That is
Yeah.
It
awesome.
looks so good.
They look great.
I just like doodling, and I've had a hyper fixation on the D&D
Yeah.
campaign. Maybe, if you could tell.
Yeah, Phil.
I can see that. But yes, you guys can see from the outside, the sun is a little bit past midday. Will start setting soon.
So Kipper is going to... Hold on, I have to look at my items for a moment. This is very important.
The oven mitt? Because you didn't have the oven mitt. I relocated your oven mitt.
I do see the oven mitt. Oh yeah, I had it in my
And your
in my
old
weapon.
sheet, yeah.
It's a it's a weapon.
It's a
By
weapon.
the side it is.
It's a weapon.
I'm trying to figure out what item I'm gonna use for this. I'm just gonna use a quarterstaff. I'm gonna go up to Rexmoa and I'm gonna like whack him in the leg.
Okay.
Why?
And I'm just gonna be like, I thought I told you not to do that again. What did you even see?
Rexmoa. I guess like for the first time in a while, it gets choked up a little bit, and while he's like wincing a little bit from the pain, it's still tender. He did escape from the mouth of a giant beast.
Yeah.
He says, Kipper, I saw something beautiful. And he holds the stone in his hands and continues to feel the warmth emanating from it. I think I might have met Oris. And I think that's who saved us just now.
I think I definitely saw a giant bird-looking thing. So I'm gonna assume that you're correct on that one. But I can't express how much it means that you came back to us.
Well, I couldn't leave you all twisting in the wind, couldn't I? After all, it is kind of my fault that you're all here in the first place.
I was literally the one that recommended we go to this place first before we... never mind.
Rexmoa is thinking on how much he wants to share with the party. Just granted, the the whole reason why we're here is to kind of like figure out what the deal with the gods is, and he has this whole revelation of like, well, this plane might not be the one I recognize, and that kind of seems like a lot to drop onto his new band of pals, especially when we're still in this vault looking for knowledge. So I think he's gonna bookmark that for now, and he's gonna say, there is definitely something amiss in the spiritual plane, though. I don't quite know the nature of this upcoming disaster, but things are no longer in balance, my friends. And I think we have to find out why.
Well, this definitely wasn't what we were banking for. I think definitely me and Taurin were just looking for a quick buck with the mayor, but we're definitely all in. Or at least I'm all in. Point to like Taurin, like, how are you feeling? Where you at?
Oh, Torin's just admiring the area, just looking around, going, It was a big beast, in her thoughts,
Yeah.
anyways. So she's pretty much just inspecting the area. Of course, taking in what Rexmoa was able to share with us so far about his little adventure of almost being eaten. So,
Well, yes, I would never ask for you both to accompany on a journey you do not want to take, but it is rare that life asks us to accomplish things when we're ready.
And I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't felt like I've been in a place where I belonged for a while, so I think I just want to stay with you guys.
well, Torin would start. Well, the feeling is mutual. Up to this point, we've gone through so many trials, odd ones, but it's been a fun adventure so far.
I didn't like the rat dungeon. That was pretty bad.
I'm not fond of rats myself.
I'll toss down a book that I'm like ruffling through and say, I would agree that was not the best experience, especially when I was searching for the basement.
Torin does get a little curious, and she's gonna ask, "Do you need help looking for something, Ambrose?"
Almost too quickly, I say, no, I'm fine. I don't need any help. I'm just... There's a moment of hesitation as I look at another book and I say, looking for information about the Tide.
So this like possessed monk over there, did it look like they organized any books in a particular fashion? Did this creature, did they just like kind of just like try to consume knowledge on a whimsy without any rhyme or reason? Are there any patterns here?
You can see shelves of books that are destroyed. So you may presume that a fight broke down here. And yeah, like the bookshelves are destroyed. Some of them are in the ground, like broken down. The beast itself, as per the documents that you guys have read, did not feed on physical knowledge. The beast feeds on desire, on want. Hence why the person who summoned it was somebody who wanted a lot. And now that this crosses your mind, the visions that you guys saw at the start of the monastery in the fog were of things you want.
That makes a lot of sense. Those strange dreams, Torin would say. Do you think this thing had anything to do with them? I'll just kick it out there.
I'm not too aware of the nature of these creatures, but given what we've seen, I don't think it's out of question. I think the better reason is why? What motivation could they have? Or could it be unintentional, even perhaps? Why did the monks feel the need to risk their entire monastery like this? What were they afraid of?
They wanted power. That's all I remember. But for what?
Did they all want power, or was it just the guy that summoned whatever the hell that was?
I think the monks were just victims. They did what they could with what they had, but it wasn't enough.
Well, it's clear that
They
one of them
managed-
recognized the danger, at least.
Yes. They managed to steal this thing, whatever it is, in the air. Just a good
Damn.
thing
Sorry.
good thing it didn't actually get out.
Someone already looted the monster, right?
I don't know if there's anything
Did
to loot
none of
on the
us loot
monster.
a monster?
You looted,
Like, what about
you looted
Fangoose?
the, you
Can
looted the
attempt.
body.
Can make a
I
boat
didn't
out
try
of it.
looting the monster.
The
I think
loot goblin
Rexmoa has seen.
mentality, I love it.
I
I,
looted
thi- I
the
think
dude.
Rexmoa has seen enough of the inside of that thing. I don't know if there's anything else to.
Yeah, you don't need to relive that.
Yo, what the inside of that thing looked like.
Hmm.
I was just asking. It's like, do we get like fangs? Do we get like I guess?
I mean, hey, if you wanna go for it,
If you want to go for it, that is true. If you want to go for it, I
yeah,
will.
we can get arts and crafts.
I will allow you to get stuff from it if you want to.
Sure. Maybe I want to make a nice, like, pretty little poncho out of its skin. I don't know. Like,
Make
Yeah.
a little clunkers.
Oh.
Hey, listen,
this-
it is
Nice
not.
leather.
It is not the worst thing I have heard in a D&D campaign. I will say
Anything
this.
is possible.
Anything
to be
is
fair.
possible.
Using monster parts to make armor and weapons is pretty normal.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's a Monster Hunter thing.
Making
Correct.
a
Aw.
poncho, making a
100%.
poncho, I'm
It's a-
not
it's a-
sure that is what my first instinct would be.
That poncho would like give you nightmares.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to collect stuff, I will have you do a check and we'll see what you can collect.
sure. Okay. Oh, wait, what I have to? Well, I'm sorry. What had to roll again?
You will have to roll. Let's go with animal handling.
Animal
'Cause
handling.
It makes kind of sense. It would either be dexterity or animal handling.
I wouldn't handle that animal.
I'll handle. I'll see
Okay.
what I can get out of it.
Let's see what you
Hear
can
me
get
out.
out of it. 23. Damn. Okay.
Good.
You have not seen a creature like this in the wild. This is definitely not something you would expect in a forest or a cave.
Hmm.
But you know a skinnable creature when you see one.
I mean,
Okay.
awesome.
So you
hate
pull out the
that.
sickle that you have and start slowly working to the skin of this creature. It is dry, leathery, and has some scales to it. Not entirely, but you can see some areas that have more scale, perhaps for protection. You also look at its mouth and its many teeth, and you decide to section some for yourself.
Teeth.
Sharing is caring, remember?
So you can add, let's see. So you can add teeth of this beast. Roll me a, let's see. Roll me a D100.
D100? Wow. Whoop, well, I
That's
forgot
a
what
lot
the
of
dice were.
teeth.
These things
Hey,
are heavy.
here it is.
I just happen to know what this is. I
Uh-huh.
was
Just,
looking up. I was just looking up the weight because I was curious.
This thing is big. It's a big boy.
The average weight is 4,000 pounds.
There you go. So, Taurin,
lot.
you get 14 teeth of various sizes. As for the skin, I will say, depends on how much you want. You can grab pounds of it. It's a very large creature, as this honor just said. So I will let you decide how many pounds skin.
Deeg
I'd say
love
about
it.
a bedroll.
Bedroll.
Bedroll, that's like what?
This is so
2
concerning.
pounds? 3 pounds, maybe?
I don't remember.
Kipper's just like both like concerned but also can't look away, kind of in awe of the situation.
Crenia makes a
Nice rat in
very
the wild.
valid point. If this thing is that big, imagine how big was the bird that munched him.
Ooh. Well, that's a titan. That's a god. We can't skin the gods. This is not. This is some demon. This is. I'm not a god
Very
skin.
good, very
No.
good. But yeah, okay. Let's say you get 5 pounds of this leathery, scaly skin.
Skating. How much? You said 7 pounds.
I mean, if you want 7, you can grab 7, as much as you want to carry.
What if I just want to make a nice blanket of our, like, you know, it's dead, so you know, just
Okay.
a reminder for old
Yeah,
times.
you
sake.
just grab you just section off pieces of the skin and just fold them up into bundles, and you have them. Have the teeth, you
Cool.
have the skin. This creature has no specific odor, by the way. It doesn't smell like anything.
It's kind of disturbing in and of itself.
Exactly. It's
It
kind
should
of odd.
have a scent, and that's wrong. that it
Exactly.
doesn't.
Literally 5 minutes ago, this thing devoured Rexmoa, and now we're skinning it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And with the intention of making a fucking bedroll.
That is usually how D&D goes.
It ate us, now we're
You're
going to live inside it. Why'd I
We're
say it like that?
reclaiming our personal space.
Yes.
Don't
So,
mind me.
this will take you a few minutes. So in the meantime, do you guys want to do something, or just kind of looking around, waiting for Taurin to do the thing?
Hmm.
I will
I'm-
continue doing what I said in my whisper to you,
Okay.
which is, for everyone else, is me searching through random papers and getting less and less patient as time goes on.
Ambrose, you would be able to see that the amount of books is very large. You almost feel bad now because you know somebody had to arrange these books at some point, and now they're all everywhere.
Yeah. The books were already in a little bit of disorder before Oris came through, right?
Oh yeah, no, there were many books on the ground. Oris just finished the job.
Yeah.
But Rexmoa, what were you about to say?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I was also just gonna like start going through these books and just see like whatever knowledge I can uncover in general. I'm not looking for anything in particular. I guess mostly things related to the gods, but whatever might help the situation, or just personal knowledge.
Give me an investigation check.
Can do.
14, pretty good.
We're
Pretty
getting
good.
better.
You are getting
my
better
God.
rolls, yeah.
Learning.
Okay.
I helped you with your intelligence rolls.
Okay. Well, Rexmoa, looking around, you find books about places, plants, animals, random bits of knowledge thrown all over the place. You know, how to boil a potato, stuff like that. Every single bit of knowledge that you could imagine, you can probably find here. However, you look around and find a book of one city in particular, Port Strail. And you start glancing around the pages. You see, it's like kind of like a summary of the town. What kind of places to be in, big colleges or mage towers, all of the attractions of this place. and you can see that the names are the ones you remember. They're all different for some reason.
I do recall Ambrose talking about Port's Trail as well. So I think I'm gonna pocket this book for later. I don't think the monks are gonna mind. I'll make sure to check it out at the
I
front.
don't
I'll
think
sign my name.
they mind nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, their desires kind of got eaten.
Yeah. They
No,
have
should
like
be
the
sure.
texture of jerky now.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to watch Taurin to make sure she doesn't like make handbags out of them.
Oh God.
Not cannibalism.
I
It's not cannibalism if you don't eat them.
exactly.
But yes, Rexmoa, add yourself a book about Port's Trail into your
Port's Trail
items.
Tourist Guide.
I like to imagine me and Taurin just like said that in game, and we're both just like ride or die psychopaths.
We got this. We got you guys. Don't worry.
Hey, you could be, you know.
Never
I
need to
mean-
buy fabric again.
You'll never know.
You will never know, indeed. But yeah. After you take a few minutes to gather your trophy, Taurin, you feel happy and you have stuff to potentially sell. Which is good.
Good. What is this
Oh,
called?
wait.
What is it called again? The monster? I forgot.
The name was never said.
Oh, it's just a big tentacle monster. Got it. Awesome.
You just know it as an unknown monster.
I
I
think
know
we
what
should
it is.
Mm-hmm.
just so we still don't know what this thing is. Is that correct? I'm asking like the group, not CJ.
No books.
It's
I'm-
unlike any beast that I've encountered.
I'm not even sure it's of this plane.
Maybe we should have asked his name. I'm just kidding. I hate him.
Hate or 8?
Don't.
Hate. That's Taurin's job.
Do not eat the mystery creature.
I mean, we could always try it.
I feel like it's
I
a
have
bad
a-
idea.
I have a couple of
that-
characters that
this
would,
is
not gonna
the-
lie.
The druid
This-
in me would be like, no, thank you.
I think this is the one creature that Rexmoa wouldn't deign to try. Maybe. I don't know why I'm saying this in character.
Could taste like chicken.
As a person, I feel like I would want Rexmoa to eat it, but I just given the experience that he's just been through, I don't think he wants anything to do with this creature.
Take revenge.
Yeah,
Do it.
I
The
figured
mimics.
Rexmoa does not want a taste of the creature because the creature already got a good taste of Rexmoa.
Yeah.
Salty. Alrighty. Well, I'm good.
Takes back
That was
your
me as a
taste.
player, not as Taurin, but. Sorry.
You know, yeah, if he lives to regret this, then so be it. But for once,
Hmm?
How often do you get to eat this thing? Yeah?
mm,
We should
I-
cook it though. You don't know if it has worms.
Oh, it definitely has worms. It has probably like a worm that has an IQ of 146, so I think we shouldn't eat it.
It's probably okay. It like feeds off desires, right? And the desire of like a worm is to live. So I mean, it's probably good.
Desire of worm is to squirm, and that's not supposed to happen inside of me.
Monsters inside me. No, thank
It-
you.
I never watched that show. I
Don't.
would have died.
Throw it the other way.
So many fears.
Oh boy.
what show
So
is
many. Monsters inside me.
this? Oh no, I'm not familiar with that.
It's
Oh,
a
really?
show from Animal Planet. It's literally just
Oh.
about parasites, and it
Oh, I
What?
used to watch Animal Planet shows. Yeah, that probably wouldn't
Oh
disturb me.
wait, it's this. Yeah, no thanks.
It is
no
disturbing.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, see, I already know enough parasites from getting my food manager's license. I don't.
Oh
need,
yeah,
like, even
yeah,
more.
You
yeah.
don't
Same
watch
here.
it.
Go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, you guys have taken your time to get this experience, to rest about a little bit, get this experience out of your system. Very traumatic thing, actually, to witness.
It's gonna take a bit of time.
It's gonna take up more time, yeah, totally. But now that the danger is over, you guys just see, hey, what comes next? What is gonna happen next? First of all, however, probably be better to leave the monastery. And as you guys know, there is one entrance and one exit.
I love that.
Well,
That makes things simple.
only one way to go, and that's out.
Correct. So,
I don't like being here.
I'm done.
so
I usually like libraries.
as you guys are
Not this one.
exiting the monastery, everything is nice. Everything is as you remembered. Quiet,
Who's
eerie.
that guy?
Background. Quiet, eerie. You don't hear any monsters though. The carpets are definitely gone. They are no longer a threat for you guys. All the mimics have been defeated. Now it starts to settle in. As you guys were wondering before, what happened truly? Like, you know the version of things, but it almost makes you sad that you couldn't be there to help out. A whole place of knowledge completely devastated by somebody wanting the same knowledge. But unfortunately, it is a thing of the past, because you are done with it. So you find your way out, going through the same corridors filled with water, and you get to the exit up on the courtyard of the monastery, the place where you guys found yourselves in after very weird visions. You can see that the fog has retreated quite a bit, so you imagine it is safe to go. And as you guys are moving out, as you guys are moving out of the monastery, trying to find the trail back to the mountain, you see a figure.
I hope it's
Is
our
it
canine friend.
Johnny?
Please.
It is not your canine friend, but it is humanoid. As the figure breaks through the fog, you see a tall,
Oh, good.
I tried looking for it.
Okay, so
I
there
just
is-
imagine he was walking towards us and then he fell into the cavern.
there is a tall man with a very resplendent looking armor with golds and greens
Great at night.
embedded into its armor. Very fine craft for those of you who know about blacksmithing arts. The man is carrying a small crown that have sigils and has the crest of a tree in his forehead. You can check its pointers, and the dog that he is an elf. His hair blonde, almost gray. I will show you a picture here. This is a face claim, obviously not the guy, but I had to get a face claim. The man is battle ready, by the way, with his armor and a large glaive on his back.
Oh.
Oh no.
He's hot.
He's hot. Yeah.
Does he have like is he wearing that or
No,
Is he wearing-
he's more armored. As I said, this is not the guy. I just found a face claim just for,
Good,
theater
good
of the
for
mind
you.
things. But yeah, you can see the man is very armored. And he walks through the fog as if nothing happened. And he sees all four there. Goes, raises both hands first, trying to seem friendly. Goes, hail, Chris. Actually, believe it or not, I am here for you.
Pray tell who sent for us?
I would like to try to use my giant lizard brain to see if I can recall where this elf might hail from.
Roll me a... What would it be? I guess give me a perception. He is wearing a lot of potentially revealing clues in his clothing.
Revealing, all right. Fuck!
Rexmoa, you can see the crests and shields on engraved in his very fancy look. Any names come to mind? Not really one that you can properly pinpoint.
Well, I guess I'll let Kipper keep talking.
From Kipper's thing, he goes, well, required, High Council requires an audience with you.
Can you, say which High Council, perchance?
He kind of looks at you like, huh? He goes, the Elven High Council? I thought it was apparent.
Sorry, we're busy. A lot. Get around.
Kipper, from this interaction, you may remember there's only one High Council.
Okay.
But yes.
What exactly are they looking
I know
for
stuff.
us?
He goes,
I'm sorry, Ambrose.
well, one of our scribes mentioned that there was gonna be some events happening in this very monastery. So, I am here with the orders of the High Council. And I'm going to take you to the High Council.
Are you arresting us?
So he smirks at the implication and goes, if you are thinking about using the... I could. And behind him shows up two elves again, pointy, long hair. These guys had a robe. This time, clearly a different type of elf. This man. The two kind of step to the side and they start casting something, and a portal opens to the side of everybody.
Oh my.
He goes, well, while we are still on peaceful terms, ask you, mind stepping through the portal?
And you assure all safety. Stepping through a random portal is kind of worrisome, I'm sure you understand.
Right, yes. Of course, how many people come at you, ask you to step through a portal? It's rather unconventional, I would say. But, unfortunately, is a direct order from the council. And, well, I have been tasked to not take no for an answer.
Taurin kind of rolls her eyes and goes, okay. I'll go. But take my hand. We go together.
Taurin's just ripping him.
Taurin, give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Bats her eyes. I'm feeling
Try.
I'm feeling
I'll
awfully
try.
weak. You didn't see what we had to fight in there.
It's a 7 because we're taking the first roll.
I know. Damn.
Yeah, but
That would have been very funny though.
One elf husband.
So he kind of bows, like gives you a very regal bow and goes, I assure you, my lady, I will be right behind you.
I just like lean in to Taurin. I'm like, nice try.
I tried.
So I do, Rexmoa will say, Water's blessings, my friends. So may I inquire who on the High Council wanted to know the status of this monastery? Was it Pelennor?
He looks at you, raising a brow. Oh, so you do know about the High Council.
Rexmoa kind of remembers all the past revelations, and then he says, "Well, I know of a High Council, but either way, I think we could be of help to one another. You were inquiring about the monastery around here?"
Not necessarily. I was inquiring about people entering into the monastery, and well, I see you are the only people coming out of the monastery, I presume.
Yes, and unfortunately, we will probably be the only ones to be exiting for a while. You might want to send another investigative squad over here once we take our leave.
He nods and he whistles, just kind of giving a gesture. And you see from behind the rocks to your side, at the other side of the courtyard, you see a small platoon of elves moving in. Same armor, not as fancy though.
Okay, well, Rexmoa will start walking towards the portal, and then he also tells the squad who just showed up, watch out for carpets.
You can see the man is really not trying to do anything. He's just there, like waiting for you guys to move. The mage is obviously holding the portal open, and the platoon of elves that just came in, it just entered the place.
It's a lot of elves.
Yeah. You're like, so many different potential husbands.
It's like, well, look at all these elves now.
Could have
no.
used those.
Oh my
men
goodness.
Wow, go.
Taurin is very excited. And we're about to go to wherever the elves came from, so it's about to get
You're
more.
telling me there's even more of you?
Help me! My heart!
Yes, please.
So,
Each more handsome
right?
and devilishly slim as the
Fantastic.
last.
Literally Ambrose and Taurin, both of them.
Literally.
so are you guys going through the portal?
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
the portal.
I think so.
If anything, they like rush past me. They really want to get to that portal.
So Taurin, as you pass, the man just gives you a little bow. Kind of like a little eyebrow raise, kind of bow, you know. He's checking you out.
Oh.
And as you pass through the portal, you guys will find yourself in a very different place from what you have been before. Now,
A prison!
the... Funny you say that.
Oh.
The grimy walls of the monastery are replaced by another type of wall in here.
I hate
Same
this.
stone, full of cells. and you are commanded to enter. Well, once you go through, you can see that the man walks through, and the mages just close the portal behind them. There are guards in this prison. It is a prison from what I can tell. And there are 2 cells open. Now, the man sees how you are inspecting the prison, and he goes, Now, I know this is not a good welcome, but however, we have to follow a process. You are not criminals yet, but you get some inventory of you. So if you wouldn't mind stepping in the cells, just for our safety.
Well, Rexmoa says, wow, you all really let this place go. What happened to the gilded tables, the stone columns?
He laughs at that and goes, well, if you're lucky, you'll be able to see them. But please, it's just a common thing we'd like to do. These kinds of predictions. He is still obviously not trying to be menacing in any way. He is just being relaxed, you know, he's kind of hanging next to you guys. Really exposing.
Gross.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what everyone else is doing.
I like the very slow reaction you had.
I was like, did Bib just say, wait, Wait a minute.
Flip.
Bad. But yes. Do you guys comply?
Kipper's just gonna.
Probably, unless anyone else has anything to say.
Kipper's just gonna like put his head down and be like, "Well, home sweet home." Just walks into his cell.
Who is joining Kipper's cell?
I'm not giving you my sword, but I'll go in the cell.
The man goes, all right, not asking for your weapons. It's just a common thing. We're not the enemy here.
Happily obliges. I'm just going to a cell.
Are you going
Happily?
with Kipper? Oh, of course, happily. Are you going with Kipper or are you going on the other cell?
I will. Sure, I'll go with Kipper. I don't care.
Okay.
I
So
think you're a bit too into this, just saying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whichever one's closest to the guard post.
Right?
Bedroom eyes at the guard, like, what you doing after this?
Oh my goodness.
Those are a lot of chains on the walls. You really put something in your mind.
I suppose Rexmoa will go to the other cell.
Yeah, so one cell has been
It's completely empty.
One cell goes Kipper and Taurin. They close the door, they lock it, of course.
I'll go with Rexmoa.
The other cell is Ambrose and Rexmoa. They again closed and locked it. You hear the men go, all right, bring the scribes. Make this fast. This is not a good place for our new guests. This kind of goes away. You can see a few guards are still around the area. And yeah, he disappears into another hallway. You guys want to do something while you wait, or you guys want to spend maybe with a short rest or something?
We can talk about.
Yeah, you can talk.
Bit. Yeah.
I would be Rexmoa would crack open that book on Port's Trail that he found and took with him.
Torn will look at Kipper.
Didn't get to do it earlier, so I will start cleaning my weapon inside the cell.
Yeah, as you can see, the guards are not bothered for you having weapons inside the cell. They are just kind of okay with it.
This is like the classic like family vacation dynamic. Like the kids are in one room and the adults are in the other room.
As a matter of fact,
in one cell.
We're like,
I mean,
as you enter, as a matter of fact, you could notice that for this being a prison, there's a surprising lack of prisoners.
It was more like a holding
Can I
cell than an
inspect the
actual
door to see?
prison.
Hmm.
If
What's
it's
that,
locked?
Taurin?
Can I inspect the door to see if it's actually locked?
You saw him use the key on it. It's locked.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, guys.
Torn wishing he used the key for something else.
But yes, Rexmoa, what are you trying to look for in the book?
Well, I don't think Rexmoa will be looking for like any information when it comes to like our goals, so he will look at the local eats, the local cuisine of Port's Trail.
You can see that the local cuisine of Port's Trail is a lot of seafood, because of course it is a port. The more expensive places do offer a variety of cuts of meat, but those are more imports. Strail has a specialty on automated cooking. As a matter of fact, Port Strail being the city of automation, more of the larger workshops. That's the word that I was looking for. More of the larger workshops and inventors hail Strail. And as a matter of fact, you know that the use of constructs is very common in said place.
Interesting. Rexmoa sits up and then turns the book around and points it to Ambrose and asks, like, "Oh, were you aware of this? This recent invention, food without needing the hands of another living being?"
I'll give a brief look of confusion and say, yes, I was aware. It's been a while since I've been back. Not really anywhere else, I will admit. They've done a lot of things like that in Port Trail. Make things faster, easier. It's only really beneficial to those who can afford it, though.
Wow, the world really has changed, huh?
In terms of other things that you can glance over in the book, you can see mages colleges are in there. The mention of the 4 gods of Strail. You know, of course, from the story that these 4 individuals are not divine, but they have been venerated as such for their actions in past battles or other confrontations.
Seeing as you have a book of where I'm from, I'll kind of stop focusing on my blade so much and kind of sit a little bit closer to you and look over the book along with Rexmoa.
So how long has it been since you've returned home?
Let's see. Last time I was home. Probably a bit more than 15 years. Haven't really counted, but it's been some time.
I definitely understand that. I feel like the longer you're away, the swifter the days go by.
I
Well,
was always home to a lot of technological advances. I'm sure in the time that I've been gone, it's only increased.
do you think they would have any insight into our current godly situation? Given they're trying to form a new pantheon of their own, perhaps, do you think that could be upsetting?
Ambrose, from what you would know, yes, as a matter of fact, you understand that the gods of Strail do not really mix with the gods of old, which are the Titans.
The human pantheon, Port Trail. I wouldn't really call them natural enemies, but their ultimate goal is to replace the Titans. There is a certain at-odds with both sides. It's one of the reasons why I left that place. I am rather similar in type to one of the Titans, and as such, I suffered a lot there. There are a couple of others somewhat similar to me. Not really as, well, rocky as I am, but those that are more obviously from a Titan are seen as inferior and relics of the past that deserve to be forgotten.
This sounds like another misspell just waiting to happen.
Well, they've already succeeded in getting what they wanted.
And Rexmoa was also taking notes of this conversation between him and Ambrose.
If we do go there, I don't think any of us will be well accepted. Myself especially. I'm far too reminiscent.
Well, Ambrose, my friend, I think we are no strangers to strife. And even if the people of Port's Trail choose not to accept you, we do. Have you ever heard of the Elf High Council?
When I was traveling with my mentor, he spoke about them sometimes, though we never actually visited Galvanthere.
Yes, it must be quite the grave situation for them to call us. Granted, I'm not too familiar with those who currently hold a seat, but in my day, they had to intervene only in the most dire situations. Mostly they would stick to themselves.
And that's what I've heard from my mentor. They are who they are, and they don't exactly mix with others very often.
Which is why I'm curious why they were all the way out there.
I have a question. How close are our cells?
You guys can hear everything. Like, you're next to
Okay,
each other.
Oh,
Just
okay.
talking about how it's like, yes, Kipper. Kipper is a rabbit.
He's really short. You know what they say about rabbits.
Oh my.
I just start banging against the walls like, how dare you say it?
But yeah, no, the cells are not meant to, like, you can hear everything that's happening, all of you. Like, you're pretty much just separated by walls, but you are right next to each other.
Do any of the guards give us weird looks as we talk about the High Council and Galvanthere?
No, as a matter of fact, no. The only weird look that they give you, specifically you, Rexmoa, is when you said, oh, when in my time they didn't do anything. It's just kind of like, but
That would be
nothing
kinda
else.
weird.
But nothing else. They are stoic and just standing there. They are clearly, by the way, they are not, as I said, they're not being hostile. They're not shutting you up. They are just there.
Yeah.
Kipper, Taurin, anything on your end?
We're in Galvanthere, right?
You guys are in Galvanthere.
Oh, Galvanthere. Oh, okay.
Correct. If it wasn't obvious for now, in Elven capital.
Make sure I heard that right. Sorry. Go ahead, Kipper.
There's so many
Well,
elves here.
I wanted to ask if, not that. I was looking, I think I misinterpreted one of the spells I had. I was wondering if there was a spell where I make like a barrier of just a only me and Taurin would be able to hear what happens in it, but
Oh
I don't
no,
think I
I
have
think
that. I think I just
yeah.
have silence, which makes us deaf.
No. Okay, so what silence does is in the range of silence, which is I'm pretty sure it's a 20-foot sphere, no sound can be heard.
Yeah, which basically makes us deaf.
Correct. And no sound can be heard, no sound can be produced.
Yeah. Understood. Oh well. Kipper's gonna... I don't know. Kipper's just sitting there, twiddling his thumbs. Do you want to say anything, Taurin? Convo?
I was just gonna ask Kipper, like, why did you say home sweet home?
Well, you remember the first day we met, right? It's not really, it's not like Miss Bell was really a picture-perfect town. It's still like a city currently being built, which means a lot of street kids, they don't have the infrastructure, the means to care for us. So we just had to survive ourselves. We were there for each other, but like no one would hire like 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, so we just got by pretty much just pickpocketing. So yeah, I got into trouble a good amount. That's kind of why everybody in the guard station knew me.
I thought maybe you knew more about this place.
Oh, no, just prisons in general.
Just in general.
Yeah, prisons, it's funny, it's actually, they're really not that bad. They give you food, you don't have to, like, pay for it with money that you stole from, like, someone who would send you to prison. You kept doing it, you could just keep getting fed. The only thing I don't like is the loneliness, I think.
Oh, to put a little bit of perspective, Kipper, this is a very nice looking cell. It's clean, doesn't smell bad at all.
That's good.
So it's kind of odd with your experience seeing a cell this organized, because of course you've been around the other criminals, people who are drunk, who get into fights. It's never this good looking.
Yeah. I will say, this is definitely one of the more comfortable ones I've had the pleasure of being in, apparently.
Got it.
Yeah.
Just okay.
I do actually have a question for you. I know you're a merchant. There's not any chance you came across, she probably doesn't use this name anymore, like, she was one of the kids in my group, we called her Runt. She's shorter than me. She's a traveling merchant right now. I'm assuming you haven't met her or anything.
Not yet. If our paths would cross.
Okay, well, I'm going to be honest. She's more chaotic than me, so you'll probably see her from a mile.
Rabbit just like you?
I don't actually know what she is. She's kind of generally a fuzzy thing. That's why we called her Runt. We had no idea what she was. And she also didn't know who she was. Fun fact, yeah.
But she is fuzzy.
She's fuzzy, short ears,
A nameless creature.
yeah, I never actually thought about what she was.
Kipper doesn't
Now I
see
think about it.
species.
That is good.
I just assumed a cute little bun. I was like, oh.
Mm.
Kipper doesn't see. Kipper blind.
Okay. Cute and fuzzy. Got it. Cute and fuzzy called Rut.
Yeah.
Noted.
It's the gremlin.
A gremlin.
It's a mogwai.
It's definitely been a while since I've been in a group. Everybody, just grew up and got their own lives. So I'm definitely enjoying this as much as I think we've all been traumatized at least 2 or 3 times now.
Oh.
Uh,
Our travels.
yeah, I enjoy the group. You kind of remind me of a weird big sister.
Oh. I don't know the weird part, but well, thank you for the compliment.
I saw you making bedroom eyes at all of the gods.
I just have certain tastes.
The guards all glance over at your cell as you say that.
Taurin just looks out at them and just takes one hand, makes a circle, and then just starts.
But the guards are not moving from their position.
Hey.
The guards are not moving from their position. Their eyes just dart towards the cell.
Can I roll the wingman?
Well, what do you want to do with that?
I don't know charisma, but on Taurin's behalf.
You could do what's it called? You could do it an assist and have Taurin make a roll with advantage.
I mean, if she wants to roll with it, you can help her out. But what would you do with Taurin?
Wait a second, how many guards are here?
There's probably about 5.
How many are there?
Probably about 5, yeah.
Oh.
This could be taking 4 different tags depending on how many guards there are.
Oh my goodness.
Any one of y'all want a new experience?
Oh my goodness.
Y'all ever play Baldur's Gate 3?
I put the balls in Baldur's
Oh
Gate 3.
my god.
Do you like jazz?
We be Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to do anything charisma related.
Put your balls in my gate.
Jesus. You guys are awful.
I was just doing flirty eyes. That's all I was gonna do. I don't know what you're thinking.
Is that the
I'm not
extent?
saying any of this out loud, I know.
If you're doing just flirty eyes, just give me a persuasion check.
Flirty eyes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, persuasion. You said persuasion?
Yep.
Not deception? No, I'm teasing.
I mean, depends. If you want to trick them.
Deception is not a good foundation for a relationship.
There you go.
How are you deceiving them into their eyeballs?
Maybe I want them to do something to let me out of the cell.
Hey,
Maybe that's
listen,
what
it could be.
maybe that's not motive.
It could be. It could be.
I'll be nice. I'll behave. I'll do persuasion.
Okay.
This time. Maybe.
Look, you can see. You can see
hold on.
most of the
How
guards.
can I help?
Oh, you want to
How can I help?
Okay. I will allow you to roll it again. We're taking the first roll. If you can put the query, I will allow you to roll it again with the help. But okay.
Oh.
Taurin is doing flirty eyes. Kipper, how are you helping? That's what I want to know.
That's my question.
I don't even know how I would help.
If you give me a good reason, I will allow it.
Hold on. I was I literally don't know what Kipper would do to help. I'm Kipper could swoon. I don't think that would help. I think that would just make
that would not help her. Maybe it will help you, but not her.
I just start blinking bedroom eyes at the same time to make everyone in the room uncomfortable.
If you are gonna be blinking bedroom eyes, you are going to roll the persuasion check, Kipper.
Blink, 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 blink.
As for Taurin, you can see most of them just kind of move their eyes away, and one of them goes
Buddy. They're not into cats. It's okay. I get it. It's okay.
How about you,
Kipper's just gonna
Kipper?
be which one of you guys is single and ready to mingle?
Oh my goodness.
Well, that happens.
Hey, if you want to roll, if he wants to roll for it, let him.
Nah, I'm a wingman. I'm wingman. Wing.
Okay.
Wingman.
But yeah, you see the guards kind of lose interest. The one was like, eh.
Get away.
Mm.
Maybe I can discuss them away. I don't know. It's
That's
something.
so sad. We're just gonna have to keep doing that while we're here until finally you get like something.
Maybe. We'll see.
You can hear Rexmoa from the other cell say, "Children, please, best manners."
Behave, I guess. Okay.
Sorry.
They're on the job. Try again later.
Try again later. Some booze.
You know what? There's probably a few pubs here. I think
Tensions ease.
I think you do well in those.
Mm.
It's all good. It's okay.
So
Like
with
I have
these
a few herbs for that.
with these first few interactions, a few minutes pass, and after some time, you see the man with the armor come back again, accompanied by a few more elves. One of them is carrying a large scroll in a quill, and the other one is an older elf, slightly older. Of course, elf years are different from normal years, but you can tell there is some age to this man. He's also smaller, not as burly and as combat ready as the elf with the fancier armor that just greeted you. Comes in and he just kind of gestures you to raise up, and the older elf moves over closer to the cell and accompanied by the other one holding the scroll. And he just kind of looks at you a little bit. It's starting from the cell with Rexmoa and Ambrose. Kind of looks at both of you and he says, and he tells the other elf that is taking notes, he goes, "The folk and the Nazi," the elf, very carefully. He points at Ambrose. "Your name and your town of origin."
Oh no.
Ambrose. I'm from Portstrale.
See the elf with the scroll.
Don't have a last name. Sorry.
Interesting. Just takes notes. He points at Rexmoa. Name, city of origin.
Rexmoa, a child of Ixus, and I hail from Sea's Marrow, to the east.
Rex sees Addo. Okay. Just kind of moves over to the next cell, points at Kipper. Name, town of origin.
Kipper, I actually don't know my last name, and I'm from Mistbell.
Spell the hair and gone. That. And I gestures to the elf. And you, the Tabaxi?
Yes. Taurin of Galfathir.
Taurin of Galveth. Right, well, we will send those council. He looks at the armored men. Yes, done here? I guess so. The guards, let him out. And kinda greets the other older elf and the elf scribe. And the guards just simply go and open your doors and just kinda gesture you out.
I hate protocols with every passion I have.
You hate what?
Protocols.
Understood.
If you guys decide to go out, you would go through a prison area. As you can tell, it is quite a well-preserved place. You don't even see a lot of cobwebs and stuff. It is clean.
Pristine.
Pristine, exactly. Until you reach what is the surface. The armored men following to reveal the Elven capital of Galranthier in front of you.
Oh,
Oh, pretty artwork.
I've never seen anything like this before.
You see in front of you the large town of Galranthier, the Elven capital. In front of you and all around you, very large trees adorning the streets of some districts. You can even tell how buildings and other sort of accommodations are carved to the trees by their intricate designs and some windows in their trunks. These trees are massive, I must mention. You see around a very clean looking river going across the town. Bridges made out of finely carved stone. The architecture a mix of a pale wood, stone, and natural elements like leaves and trees to make for the houses as part of their structural integrity maybe, or even some as decoration. Outside, it is a guards training ground. You can see many more elven folk with a similar armor to the men, shooting arrows, sparring with some training swords, or even, training on their own with some dummies. And past the place, you can see the streets have these beautiful looking stone bricks, and outside of the barracks you also notice how there's a few children interested in the guards. What is interesting to you is that there are not only elven children or human or other species, but you see creatures as well. You see wooden elementals walking around like nothing. Fairies and pixies adorning the air of the city, just flying to doing their own thing. And even animals, they seem to not be afraid of the people. The man takes your expressions and kind of laughs at the shock, and he goes, "Welcome to Galranthier, home of the elves and home of the High Council. On behalf of the High Council, I, Galerion, welcome you." Gives you a bow.
Taurin would bow back.
Yeah. Rexmoa bows in return.
Kipper wasn't paying attention.
I will nod my head in return.
So, Galerion takes you through the training grounds outside of the barracks. Again, the architecture of this place is very beautiful, even for guard barracks that are usually not the most fancier places. From what you are used to seeing, this place is wonderful. And outside of the guard barracks, you see again more streets filled with lights. Some of them are off. You see some others are being ignited with magic, as of course the sun is starting to set in this beautiful town. The place feels comfortable. Even the air is almost sweet to the smell. It's clean. It's quite the difference from the busy towns you have been in, or the slums you have came from. Even the monastery that you were just in a few, probably hours ago. The man in the armor. Oh shit, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead. I was gonna say simply beautiful is all Taurin would say. She'd be loving this.
Yeah, and Rexmoa makes the comments like, yeah, make sure to breathe in that air. It's well renowned for its rejuvenating properties, even though not nearly as humid and bug rich for my preferences.
I didn't know that you liked high volume of bugs in the air.
You know, it's very useful for keeping your energy up during a hike.
Snacks along the way. I see.
Exactly, Taurin.
Do you carry do you carry a bug net to catch them, or are you just really fast?
Rexmoa winks. Wink.
Wouldn't you like to know? I'm like, well, I guess he's just that fast, or he just vacuums them as they fly past.
The man in armor, as he leaves you outside of the barracks, he goes, well, I have to return to my duties in the council. But you are most welcome to stay. Your audience with the other council members will be soon. I cannot tell you the specifics, as you may understand. Getting 4 members to align their busy noble schedules. Quite a troublesome endeavor. But I encourage you not to leave the town too much if you can. So this council meeting, I'm afraid next time the council will not be so gentle. But please do enjoy and spend some time.
The person talking to us is an elder, right? Or like they're a scholar?
No, you can see that the man is clearly a warrior.
Okay.
From the way his armor looks, his stance, and obviously his physique.
Was the person who took our records, are they present?
No, they already left.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll shoot my shot. Freaking throwback for people who were paying attention. I still have the opalescent crystal from Misspell's crest, which hails
Oh my goodness.
from the Elven city. So I was gonna ask him about it.
What are you asking about?
It's like, hey, is there any way I could return this to where it belongs? We retrieved it from Misspell. In a way, it's a long story, but I would like for it to
scooting to the left.
I would like for it to return to its proper place, if possible.
The man just looks at you a little bit concerned about what you just said. The man says, you retrieved it from Mistbell.
My friend, you will have to take my word as an archaeologist and a scholar. We obtained this the most morally upright way as possible, and any misfoundings we might have achieved along the way, I am here to correct them.
Persuasion check, please.
Oh no.
Oh, dude.
The man looks at you.
Do you need like help?
Oh, at this point, you cannot help him. He's already said it. You would have told me before the roll, I would allow it.
Oh well.
So, the man, you see a brow lift, and he laughs, and he goes, "Oh, the council's gonna want to hear about that one." All right, move along. I have things to do. You probably have a city to explore. I take it from your faces that you've never been to our capital.
I look at the rest of them.
Only heard
Question.
about it.
Right.
I have a question though for Taurin.
Mm-hmm.
This is where she'd come forward and ask, have you found any children by the name of Mina?
Mina ponders for a second. I've certainly not heard such name, but perhaps you can ask the scribes when your audience is going to be held. Scribes will be present. Of course, we have to document this meeting, and the scribes will give us a lot more information of yourselves as well.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And, well, I were to recommend a place for all of you to stay, I would say that we have many, many good inns in the city. So, just find one that suits your needs, though the ones with the scenic views and gestures to one trees are usually the attractive for everyone to be visiting.
The Great Willow.
You guys would know
Torna.
that, yes, those are the Great Willows. Now, being in the presence of them, you can now see how great they are. And, Kipper, of course, you know that the town of Misspell, the foundation of the floating town, was built out of planks made from these trees. And you can now understand how immense of a job it must have been.
To think that they would have chopped down a tree that pretty to make a city that shitty.
It's like poetry rhymes.
Correct. And the man also mentions can go to one of used to be my favorites. The Minstrel and Cask is a very good inn and tavern.
Tavern, you say?
Located in one of the trees. He just kind of gestures at one of the trees, for instance, and you can barely make out like some stained glass mute tree almost at the top of the tree. Simple accommodations, but dare I say, fit for royalty.
Royalty, you say? This has to be nice rooms. Little twinkle in her eye.
He kind of
I
nods
don't know.
They
along.
might just be saying that. I'm not sure if it's kind of like when you say, "Oh wow, this is the best French toast in Mistbell," but then you go to the next French toast place and they're like, "Oh, this is also the best French toast place in
Wow.
Mistbell." I also don't know what French is, but it's done to toast.
He nods at
We've
you,
been
Taurin,
friends.
giving you a little bit of a half smile, and then he bows again. He excuses himself to leave and go. You can see him just walking through, accompanied by some other guards. And you have now arrived the wonderful, marvelous elven town of Galrinthia. Wonder is everywhere, and you guys are free to roam.
Well, considering there's druids here, druidic magic and stuff, I think I'm gonna go start asking some questions.
Hmm.
I think
Rexmoa.
Hungry.
Oh, what were we gonna say? Sorry.
No, you're fine. You say. I was literally just saying you're probably hungry. If I
Oh.
know you.
I was actually gonna say, concerned with Taurin's behavior earlier, Rexmoa is gonna go with Taurin. Gonna be a Taurin and Rexmoa adventure.
I want to follow and see what happens.
Hey now!
Hey, you guys.
Taurin
can follow.
doesn't know this though. I didn't say this out loud. I'm just thinking, that young lady. You know,
Also,
Rexmoa knows that the Galrinthia is a place of manners and reputation, and rumors go around quickly. We don't need the High Council intercepting any more incredulous information.
Also, one little thing that I need to shout out. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much, Greenie, for giving us sub to Saralas, and Flame King for subscribing for 19 months. That is
Hey!
insane.
That's
In a
insane.
row, god damn, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of months. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Hello and good night.
Hello, yeah, it's very late for him. It's very late for him. He lives in Europe, so it's very late for him.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I really appreciate it. And continuing this journey, you guys are gonna go all as a group, I'm assuming.
We're all just gonna follow Taurin.
Okay.
I'm assuming. I'm gonna put you guys on a little town map that I have created.
Oh.
That's nice.
Ooh.
You guys would be around. This would be around like here, maybe. Town.
And that square.
Is that square building the where we just got out of prison?
I
over
will
here.
say yes, but there are many. I wanted to make them like the trees, but I couldn't make more of them. So I will say that is the building you guys just came out. But know that some of these like places are a large tree covering the area.
I like large trees. I'd like to imagine that even though Kipper's never like had this much greenery around him, he's just feeling more at home. I'm assuming like Harengon are way more used to forest environments.
Yeah, you would be correct. As a matter of fact, yeah, this is as close as a forest as a city can get.
Okay.
And you guys are heading out to the riverside to kind of glance around. And Taurin and Kipper, to your surprise, specifically Kipper that was mentioning how people just say things to make a place seem better. You exit to the riverside and see a large drawing put on a, I guess that would be like a big like fabric, I don't know, flag
Okay.
that says Lord Galerion and an image of the man you just met.
Oh, fan.
Look, it's your bae.
Hmm.
How handsome.
Mm.
Striking pose.
Phenomenal, darling.
Love it so much.
Mm.
Maybe I can. Well.
This is your
She-
opportunity to start practicing making out.
No.
Mm.
Rexmoa
Nah.
is just like watching us, being like, "Oh, they're."
Oh no, Rexmoa was observing, but it's just like, you know, kids will be kids. As long as you're not getting into like insane trouble, like stealing things or like harassing
Damn.
people at their site of work.
Yeah.
Call me out
Mostly
there for
riot.
stealing things. Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna like, looking around.
Hmm.
Like, is there any copies I can get somewhere? Let's see. Maybe a poster?
Yeah, so Rexmoa, while you both are doing that, it's like, so is there anywhere you would like to go? It's been a while since I've walked the streets, but perhaps I might remember a thing or two.
What kind of food do they eat here? I'm assuming like you have a lot of vegans. I don't know. They just seem very in tune with the animals, and it would feel kind of wrong if they were eating them.
Rexmoa looks a little down and says, yes, there are plenty of greens and roots and vegetables and berries, but not a lot of nature's own sustenance around here.
Maybe we'll find a lizard folk restaurant. I haven't had lizard folk food before.
We can look around.
Yeah.
The city
All right,
is
well.
yours to explore.
Check out the food market.
Okay, yeah.
You just let me know where you want to go, and I will reveal
Food
information
market.
for it.
Food.
Okay, yeah, let's go to like the market area.
The market area, awesome. You can see it's this open building, not a building, open area, right there, almost in the center of town. Pretty much the center of town. Oh wow, what the fuck?
It's a gift now. I don't know what happened.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh,
I'm so
There we go, there we
there you go. Oh god, what just happened there?
All the flex.
God damn.
But yes, moving up, it will be upstream from the river. You can see the many market stalls in this place. Put you guys in a little bit of an image.
Let's go.
There we go. There we go. You see the many market stalls of this place. Vendors of a lot of things, but as Rexmoa mentioned, correct. Yes, the vendors do mostly deal with nature stuff. You know, fruits, vegetables, some foods that some of you may recognize, some of you may. All of it made from plants or plant-based foods. You can see that there are not many, if at all, animal produce like meats. There are a couple, but it's very rare. This town. It's also, you know, you can also see animals getting close to the stalls and out of their own produce.
Are there any, can I roll to see if there's either any lizard folk restaurants or Harengon restaurants?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Let's see.
Very nice.
Oh,
With that perception check, you look around, kind of exploring, trying to find the specifics of what you're looking for. You see a lot of beautiful looking fruits, vegetables, some foods, breads, and many other produce that, Kipper, you probably only seen this amount of good produce in the Harvest Festival, where people from everywhere come to trade.
Meanwhile,
And-
this is just a regular everyday thing for them.
It could be. So you look around and do see a family of herringons. They are, as a matter of fact, selling desserts. Yeah, a little wooden stall with a small roof made out of leaves of a tree. They have cut some branches in there. And displaying foods, there are various types of tarts, pies, and of course, cannot forget the carrots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
In terms of lizard folk, you don't really find anything immediately, but perhaps they're not on the food market.
Okay. How far away is the dessert stand?
It's a few stands away. You can tell this is a large marketplace. The city is large. So you would have to separate yourself from the group for a little bit to just look around.
I will go over to the food stand.
There's many fruit stands.
I'll go over to the dessert food stand.
Oh, okay. You going with Kipper then?
If he's coming too?
I mean, he is looking for specifically, like, he looks specifically for a herringon in the...
I think Ambrose doesn't care where he eats. Ambrose just want eat.
Okay, I will say Ambrose.
Is that true, Ambrose?
Nearby, you
Somewhat.
can find another stall that serves bread. The smell of freshly baked bread is incredible to you. There may be some magics into it, because how could you keep bread smelling so well? Having it, out in the open in a market stall. But that doesn't matter at this point. It looks delicious. A beautiful golden loaves of bread of different sizes and shapes. And you also see some small cake-like breads, tiny biscuits. Some of them have yellowish colors, others red, other orange. But as I said, they all look spongy, and the elven lady that is stall greets you with a smile and a courteous bow, and she hands over a small piece of one of these yellow kind of looking cake/bread, of one of them that was already kind of torn a little bit, clearly used for samples. She just hands it over to you.
Since Kipper is near me, I'll kind of like split the sample in two and hand him a part of it.
Bread?
As you split it open, you see it's more cakey than bread.
Oh.
And once you have a bite out of it, you feel the freshness of a homemade baked good and the sweetness of corn.
Ooh.
And yes, also adorned with some honey.
So Kipper is a little bit surprised when like half of a little bread thing approaches his face. He was currently distracted by the sight of something else, but he definitely takes it after a moment of trying to process what is actually in front of his face.
My fist.
Poor Kipper.
I'll say
That was
to
the sound of
Kipper.
Kipper freaking dying.
I'll say to Kipper. I never really had much in the way of anything but basic meats and bread when I was younger. So I like finding new things when I go to new places. But I think it's only right to share with others.
Oh,
I think
thank
it
you.
tastes better. Right.
Everything tastes better with friends. I definitely agree with that. It's a moon cake!
Cornbread.
Yes. This is kind of like the cake you were expecting. A little bit more yellow, of course, because porn. This is just a picture I was able to get. But yeah, it is very delicious, sweet, but not too sweet. A treat for any of you.
I like it.
Ambrose is kind of smiling wide as he bites into the sample before rather quickly offering to purchase more.
Yeah, of course. The lady seems quite enthusiastic about it, and she offers you 3 cakes for 1 gold piece.
Sold.
Easy enough. You get your 3 corn breads and take down 1 of your gold pieces.
Ish.
Kipper is
One bread.
currently internally fighting whether he should go over to the Harengon stand or not, because this would be the first time he's ever actually met another Harengon.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kind of like eyeing the stand?
Yeah. They're a little far down. They haven't noticed me yet, hopefully.
No, they have not. They're obviously it's a market. You know, there's people walking all over. Everybody's like minding their own business. The vendors are looking out for their own merchandise and trying to get people in. So you know.
Yeah.
We kind of separated from the group slightly. I'll look down at Kipper and say, "Oh, do you want to go over there? I'll go with you."
I honestly don't know. I guess it would be like a normal thing for anybody else, but I don't know why I feel like this reservation inside of me.
No, I think I understand. Being here in this place, I'm seeing things I've not really seen before. There's fae, animals. I'm used to really just humans around me. It's weird seeing so many different types of people being together in one place. A sort of unity I'm not used to.
Do you see yourself living here someday?
I'll look around, mostly at these stalls around, and say, maybe. I have a couple of goals, but I'd like to open up an orphanage somewhere and settle down that way.
I think that's a spectacular idea. I think you'd be a good dad.
But if I opened it here, I wonder how many would actually need it. And perhaps it'd be best to do it in a community where there's not enough unity.
Honestly, that makes more sense. They seem like they have a pretty good handle on everything here.
Unlike Port Strayon, the children seem to have a good relationship with the gods around here.
Definitely better than Misspell, although even in Misspell we heard stories about Port Strail, and I'm just happy you survived that.
Only because of an individual. I was lucky. Not many are. But that's why I want to open an orphanage up and make it a safer place. But the first step is always finding people that you can talk to.
Great.
So how about we go over to that stall over there, and you can open up a
Okay.
bit.
Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking that I have to. So we're walking over.
Okay, you guys are walking over to the food, and while this is happening, Taurin and Rexmoa, what are you?
Exploding.
Jesus.
With food because we're buying it all. Ha! No.
Mhm.
No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
show us some of those mercantile skills.
Mine? Ha! Ha! Oh, jeez. Let's give it a go.
I feel like Rexmoa hasn't been able to observe Taurin in her element before, so he's just keenly observing.
So, Taurin,
Um,
are you going to try and obtain?
well, I'm gonna try and figure out what the creature was. So I'm gonna try and sell its teeth. Maybe get some gold.
All right, are you looking for like
Maybe not on
a?
a food stall.
What are you
That's
looking
Anybody
at?
around here? Like,
Hey, you want some big ass teeth?
Yes.
I totally forgot you're also just carrying 5 pounds of their. It's like 7 pounds of their flesh.
7 pounds of their flesh. Yes.
Lauren
Um,
didn't just get her pound of flesh; she got 7 pounds of flesh.
Yes.
I did.
So yeah, you would be able to find some people that have some more animal-like produce. Obviously, you know, you have an idea that while they may not hunt these animals a lot, they still harvest whatever is left from them. So you will be able to find a shop that sells skins, leathers, and other ornaments that you can easily go and approach.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I haven't had any practice with this.
You approach and you see an older elven male. No, white hair, small beard.
Maybe I can get some new armor or something. Kind of like barter, do something like that.
Of course. How would you go about doing?
Well, I would approach a stall and say, what is it, daytime or is it evening at the
It's
moment?
getting to evening.
Okay. Well, it's like, well, good evening, sir. Just looking around to see what kind of armors you might have, or any leather armor, I should say. And if you're up for any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I just totally blanked.
Bartering.
Bartering. Yes.
The man looks at you and nods. He says, armor specifically is not sold in this market, but he kindly gestures towards another market. He kind of gives you the indications of how to get there. It is more where they have their, I guess, their crafting guilds.
That's what I'd be after.
Exactly. And obviously he gestures you towards the Galranthier Forge, which is a business that deals with armor and weapons.
Okay.
But, however, he does say he's open for bartering.
Oh. Okay. What would be, I mean, Torn would ask, so what do you have available in your shop?
The man, let me open up my shop behind me.
Let's see what he got.
Yes, sir. Alrighty. The man says, see leather work. There it is. The man says he has some normal leather, studded leather, some hide. This is all unprocessed, by the way. These are all just pelts.
Just pelts.
Mm-hmm.
So he would know.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was say so he would know a little bit more about like the skins of the like creatures and stuff like that.
You could
possibly.
assume so, yeah.
So if I show him the skin of the unknown monster, would he like have any recollection of what it could be? So I can see what it is.
Once you give him the skin, let me do a little. Broke my dice. Okay. The man says that he doesn't recognize specific skin. Feeling sure. And looking around on some of the details, he may be interested in buying it.
Okay.
So what is your offer?
Well, I got 7 pounds of it, so I can do like a pound for a pound.
Pound for a pound.
Leather. Pound for a pound.
A pound for a pound of studded leather. Please give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Studded leather is not a cheap material.
Exactly. Okay. You said persuasion, right?
Correct.
Whoa, why? I lost it here for a second. Hang on. There it is. Bamboo.
With that, he can offer you. Let's see. Boom. He can give you around 3 pounds of studded leather for your 7 pound weird creature hide.
Unknown creature stuff, actual stuff I can use.
What would it be?
Keep it. I'll keep my unknown monster skin for now.
The guy has no issue with that. He offers you another few items. You can see he also has water skins made out of leather. Also sells some tools for leather working. And you can even see like musical instruments that are made out of. You can see bagpipes, small drums.
Oh my god.
Do you say there's instruments?
Yes.
Oh no. What was that?
That laugh says it all.
Are there any I don't know, what would I want then?
Flutes.
Galarian's gonna love this.
Well, remember that this is specifically for leather. I will say,
Bagpipes.
You know a leather flute?
I will say, he also has more other kinds of ornaments, all from animals. So let me see if I can find you a. Actually, let me do a roll. See if you get a
Bagpipe.
flute.
Perfect. No, I'm teasing.
You could get a flute from him.
I could.
You can see it is carved out of some deer's antlers. See, it is finely made
Ooh,
and carved from antlers.
perfect. Okay. I am interested in the flute, actually. I need an instrument because eventually I'm gonna need that.
That's a floppy flute.
It's a nice little flute. Well,
It's made of leather.
It's made of leather.
If you would like to acquire the flute, he takes and let me check. I lost it.
What would he like?
he would like to do for the flute 2 gold pieces.
2 of the gold pieces?
2 gold pieces.
Oh, I can do that. I'll give him 2 gold pieces for the flute.
All right, make sure to take them down, and now you have an antler fruit. Fruit, not fruit, flute.
Antler fruit. Yes. Music.
Music to my ears.
You guys are gonna have a fun
yeah.
time.
Rexmoa just makes the offhand comment like, "Oh, I didn't know that you knew how to play, Taurin."
Yeah. But in my youth, I played a bit. Especially
Your
with my
youth?
sister.
How old are you? You are a youth.
I watched it in my younger youth, my bad.
Hmm. I mean, we do. Time does not cease for anyone. That much is true.
Well, thank you for the compliment, though. Thank you.
Yes, I bet to most of the elves here, we're all just children, anyways.
Yeah. Can only imagine.
Hmm.
So
Well, that sounds
Rexmoa, are you looking for anything in this shop or any other shop specifically?
My stomach is starting to rumble, and I'm desperately looking for something that isn't green and isn't a plant. You know, I would eat a caterpillar hash brown right now, some worm loaf, anything.
Worm
Give
loaf.
give me an investigation check.
We're looking.
See if you can find what you are looking for.
And Rexmoa always begrudges visiting because he knows that there is not, for a creature such as him, there are not many good eats here.
Correct. You would be right. The best you can see is, as I mentioned, there's a lot of greens. You can see like shops in the market stall that sell like prepared meals already, but inspecting it more, it's just a delicate concoction of more greens. Some of them they do have a pleasant smell. They almost smell like, any meat-based food. However, that is not the case. You can see a lot of in these. However, I will say this. You do find a fish vendor.
This is like
Ooh,
I look at the reverse
pescatarians.
vegan situation going on right now. I feel like people can sympathize with this. Relatability. Yeah, we will hit up the fish market, the fishmonger.
The fishmonger has quite a few fishes. Some of them are hanging, gutted. Some of them are already sliced and pretty well filleted. The man gestures at the fish that are already filleted, and he offers 12 silver pieces as for one fillet of fish, and for the fish that is whole, he tells you 5 silver.
So what's the fresh catch for today, my friend?
The first catch for today, you would know that it is. Oh, I forgot the name. It is bait. River fish.
And how much did you say it was? I will take a whole one.
12 silver pieces for fillet. You obviously know that you can get 2 fillets for fish, 4 if you're stingy, but and 6 for the full fish. Only gutted, but everything else is.
So I would like a full fish, and I will hand them over a gold piece, and I'll ask. It's like, so I'm just curious. Do you know of any happenings going on among the High Council? Surely things have been pretty active around here as of late, haven't they?
Persuasion check for that one.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
At advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't
Nice.
need advantage at this point. That is fine. With that, to be honest, I don't know much about it. I heard the council was worried about some pressing matters, but of course that's for the council, not for the people. You know.
Of course, my friend. Yes, thank you for the fresh catch. And Rexmoa takes the fish and just immediately takes a chunk out of
Just
it.
immediately just bites a chunk out of it. The man just looks a little bit, kind of like, oh, not disgusted, but it's like, oh,
Oh
you
wow,
know?
impressed.
Yeah. The man does continue and goes, I've also should mention there's some trouble brewing with other cities. I know that the armies are a little more active as of late. I don't know what that's for.
And that Galeron fellow, how long has he been, let's say, front and center around here?
Galerion? Lord Galerion? As far as I can remember. Well, he is not elder, but I would say a few hundred years, maybe.
Still, But Rexmoa knows that definitely 100 years, nothing to scoff at for mere creatures like him, but for elves, that's still relatively fresh. 100 years.
I will say something about the world. Elves in here do not reach 1,000.
Okay.
Just elves that reach the thousands are few. They can, but it's just one of those very, very powerful kind of elves, you know?
Maybe
They
we'll
do
meet
reach
some of
the
those
high
darker kinds of
hundreds,
elves.
so yeah.
Well, sounds like he's someone who's earned his reputation.
Yeah, of
Can't wait to get to know him some more.
course, he was one of the bravest generals we could have had. The battles he led were something of legend. Of course, the man is very friendly, surprisingly. You would think a hardened warrior like him would not be, friends of the people.
It sounds like you all are lucky to have him. And hopefully he can inspire more people to step up.
That would be a decision of council. Are you new around these parts, by the way?
Well, let's say it's been a while since my last visit.
I hope your visit is pleasant. We can be of service to you.
But of course, I hope so as well, my friend. Thank you.
Takes his 6 silver pieces. Make sure to tick them down on your sheet. And yep. Are you guys done with this shop?
I think so. Taurin, did you want to go to that, what did they describe it as? The craftsman's quarter?
It's called the Galranthier Forge. That's the actual name of it.
Right, we'll craft some things together.
Yeah. I'm sure Kipper and Ambrose, we could reunite with them. On our own time.
As you speak.
Sure. Taurin will say, happily, of course.
All right. We could be on our way. I also offer half-eaten fish. You hungry?
Yes. Famished.
He's gonna eat the raw fish off the bone.
Well, yeah,
Don't worry.
like, yeah.
Both lizards
normal.
and cats
Hey, you know
love
what?
fish.
That's cool.
That is
Don't worry,
the least-
I saved some of the tail.
That is the least surprising thing that's occurred this entire session.
Yeah.
That is fine. You know what? You guys are able to eat. Now back to you, Kipper and Ambrose. You approach the stand. A family of herringons. You can see, the matriarch, patriarch, and a couple little rabbit kids.
Because they're good at multiplying.
Yes.
Yeah.
A couple little rabbit kids. They're all tending to the stone. Some of them are, the kids are trying to call people in, showing off the desserts. Both parents are sitting behind their little counter. And once you approach, they greet you and ask you if you are looking for any sweets.
So I was okay. So I wasn't going to approach immediately. I was gonna
okay.
kind of slowly, slyly go over, and I don't even know. I was thinking potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Ambrose, is it okay if you stand back for I honestly don't. I'm probably gonna embarrass myself, and I don't necessarily want to more than many people see it. You can tell I'm not exactly articulating words right now. I'm not thinking straight.
If you're just worried about that, there's no need to worry. I won't think less of you just because you struggle to make a couple of words come out.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm definitely giving you a pastry. I don't think I've ever had Rengun pastries before, so we'll both be trying something new.
There's a moment you see Ambrose smile for a second, but then quickly kind of like go back to being stoic.
I'm like, Kipper like pretends that didn't happen. Horrifying. It's like I'm imagining when Ambrose smiles because he does it so infrequently. It's just such a starkly terrifying sight. All
Mainly-
these-
Mainly only does it to try to be nice to kids. So
Aww. I just like my head cannon. Okay, so I'm gonna approach.
Yeah, you can see, as I mentioned before, the two little ones are just being the ones that are calling people in, and the grown-ups are, taking care of the counting and the business. Once you approach the lady, he goes, "Hello, dear. Can I help you with something?"
Hi, what are you guys selling by any chance?
Oh, well, we have a bunch of lovely homemade desserts, as you can see. Would you like some berry pie, perhaps? Have some apples, or well, knowing that we have some carrot cake.
I actually never had carrot cake, so.
She looks horrified at what you said. She's, oh no, you just wait here. Let me. And she turns around and starts trying to get one piece of the carrot cake.
With the cream cheese frosting?
Yes, indeed. You can see. I'll show you in a quick little second because I have the perfect image for this. She puts it in a little plate and serves it to you. And this is what you see.
Oh my goodness. That's so much chunk going on. A textural nightmare.
The fact that there's so many rabbit folk just like striving to just take it for themselves.
I don't like the shape that they are. I'm hoping that's not the shape of the people I'm talking to.
No, they are more humanoid, of course. These ones are just kind of funny little guys on the background. But yeah, the carrot cake would look similar to this.
Okay,
And she just goes,
like, oh,
here, dear,
wow.
You need to try this. I'm surprised. It's somebody like you. I've never had a carrot. Where are you from?
I'm from over in Mistbell, the city in the lake.
Did they not have carrots in Mistbell?
We don't really have much root vegetables or anything. There's not really any soil to till.
Oh, that sounds awful if you ask me. But come on, have some. He just kind of pushes it to you.
Okay, I'm like, oh wow. Describe this cake to me.
Are you going to eat it?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
So I'm like assuming, is there a little spork or a?
No.
Oh, no. I just kind of
Grab and
push
eat.
my face into it. Just
Okay. So this cake, you can, as the first bite sets in, you can feel the sponge on the cake is very soft and has that creamy flavor that you would assume a cream cheese filling would be. Obviously, this one is infused into the sponge of the cake. Inside of the cake, the carrots that are there are chopped and baked, so they're kind of soft and you can easily bite them. And the ones outside, they are not, it's like an upside down cake. The ones outside are covered and glazed with what you can only describe as a mix of honey and herbs. It's crunchy, it's creamy, it's soft. It's a bunch of texture in this slice that you were given.
That sounds amazing. And as Kipper is like taking a bite out of it, he starts tearing up, and then he just keeps eating more of it.
The lady
Like,
has a
physically-
very accomplished smile on her face. And she
Like-
waits patiently for you to finish. Kind of, giving a side hug to her partner. Just looking at it. She's proud of what she's done right now. And once
oh
you,
my
I'm
goodness.
assuming you're gonna finish the whole slice.
Yeah. So, what I say to her is, "Oh my goodness." I'm still
It's
eating.
okay, dear. Just chew first. We can talk once you're done.
So Kipper finishes eating, and then he has a little thought in his brain. He's like, "Oh dang nabbit, I probably should have saved some of this for Ambrose, but it's too late." I'm definitely gonna order Ambrose something.
Ambrose, you can
What?
see Kipper stuff in his face with some sort of food.
But I'm
You're
also
behind,
crying
you're not in
as
the
I'm
distance,
eating it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
only a couple feet away.
Exactly.
It's emotional cake time.
Correct. And once you are done, Kipper, she takes the plate back and she goes, "This is our recipe for carrot cake. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find some more around. But this is, well, traditional.
Thank you so much. I honestly don't know what to say. What do I owe you?
For that slice? No, don't you worry, darling. It's my pleasure to be able to introduce you to this wonderful gift of the earth.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for being an amazing cook. And, my introduction to this beautiful city. I couldn't appreciate it more. I'm definitely going to be taking one of those berry pies as well, because I have a few friends that would love to split that up.
Oh, would you like a full one? I can let go of a full one for a gold piece.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Discount for Herringon, you know.
Oh, thank you.
And if you're going to take it, make sure to take down one of your gold pieces, and you have now a full berry pie. It would get you 4 slices.
Yay! That's perfect.
You can
Berry
see,
pie.
while the pie is not like hot, clearly, of course, it can be. The smell is delicious. It's something that you can tell it's homemade.
Yeah. I like, before she hands me the pie, I just give her a hug and like a quick smooch on the forehead. I'm like, thank you for this memory. I'll stop by the city next time I'm in the area. And I take the pie and I...
She goes like, oh, it's all right, dear. And you see the little ones, the kids go, oh. So you take the pie, and then you're going back to Ambrose.
Yeah, and then I think, I don't know if Ambrose, if you have anything else you'd like to do, but I...
Before that, as you come back to Ambrose, Kipper, high or low?
What?
High or low?
I'm holding a pie.
Correct.
No, I can't, like, slap this pie that I got emotionally in his face.
High or low?
I don't think you're going to reach my face with it, honestly.
No.
Low?
Yeah.
Ambrose, you see Kipper with his face full of cake. He has not cleaned himself up. He looks very funny.
I look down at Kipper and have a somewhat of a strange, almost like shit-eating grin.
What?
Oh yeah, Kipper,
Ambrose
you
is
do
gonna
not
roll.
notice, but your face is covered in cake. It's like you didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I was like, my face is wet from tears and wet from cake.
Correct.
Oh, I feel bad for that lady. I just kissed her.
Yes, that may be why her reaction.
Dang nabbit. Oh well. I just had a horrifying thought. Do I have something on my face?
I look down at you, and I will go ahead and just, like, remove a piece of cloth from my pack and just kind of hand it to you. No words.
Oh, okay. I just hand the pie over to Ambrose and start cleaning my face. I'm assuming as we're walking away from the stall.
If you guys want to walk away from the stall, yeah, totally. Ambrose, anything on your end?
Nothing to any, like, vendors or anything, but I will say to Kipper, it wasn't that bad, was it? Meeting someone of your own race.
It was new. I think it was more of a realization that I missed out. But, it was nice.
Maybe. I've also never met anyone of my own race. Not even the other kinds.
Hey, so we're run together.
I'm glad you got the opportunity to meet someone like you.
Thank you. I bet you'll find someone like you. Now, if you don't mind, I'm climbing onto your shoulders. I'm tired.
Sure. I'll kind of I'll like lean downward, making sure to have a decent grip on the pie.
I can hold the pie. Wait, that sounds dangerous. Just holding a pie over your head. Actually, I
Bold
should
of you.
hold the pie.
Granny, bold of you to assume that Ambrose won't eat it.
Ambrose has etiquette.
But
to a certain
yes.
extent.
So, where are you two guys headed?
That's a good question. I will say to Kipper, do you mind if we walk around a bit? I'd like to ask a couple of the people around the town for some information.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You
Yeah.
can't really see my face as, you're on my shoulders at this point. But
I can see the bridge of your nose.
there's a bit of a harshness to the way I say it, where I almost sound worried that you're going to refuse.
I'm like, definitely. I mean, like, you entertained my face cream explosion, so I have no objections to entertaining your whims.
So,
I'll let out a sigh.
oh no, go ahead. Don't let me stop you.
I'll let out a sigh and say to Kipper, kind of like looking up ever so slightly, I know I haven't been too upfront about who I am, but I am looking for my mentor. I haven't seen him in several years, and I know he traveled around. So when it comes to places like this, I thought maybe with how many people are here, with the sheer diversity of the people here, maybe someone would have seen him.
No, I honestly think that this would be a good place to look. Could you tell me his name by any chance?
His name is Vieran. I'm afraid I can't really tell you what he looks like.
Was he wearing a cloak?
He always was well bundled up. You could not even see any of his skin.
Was he like, I'm assuming like knight armor, maybe not exactly a knight.
No,
That's
you're
interesting
right.
fashion sense.
He was a knight once upon
Oh.
a time.
Well, that makes sense.
That's why I am who I am. Why I brandish the sword. Why I wear my armor. It's because it rubbed off from me from.
Well, I appreciate you telling me that. I'm happy at least someone had your back. And now we have yours, so get going. We're gonna ask some questions.
Thank you. Sorry for making you indulge on this.
I don't apologize. I will beat you up if you do.
So, as the two of you, Kipper on on Ambrose's back, who's holding the pie, by the way?
Ambrose.
Ambrose is holding the pie. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just sitting on Ambrose's shoulders.
Okay.
This would be a great time for a trench coat.
Yes. So, as you guys are gonna go ask some questions around, and our other duo, Taurin and Rexmoa, are going to the craftsmanship area. So the sun is slowly starting to set. The sky is now a very pleasant pink color. Kind of different from the skies in some other regions. But even nature smiles in this large city, it seems. And with that, we're ending the session here.
We're gonna get our.
Oh yeah, it was a relaxing one this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
I don't have 2 pages of notes for this or anything.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't wait to see what weird, like, sleeping bag we'll make at the forge.
I'm excited.
Boy. All right, people. Say goodbye to the people on the VODs. I didn't say hi to them, but I'm gonna edit it, and we're gonna pretend we did. Guys, goodbye, people on the VODs.
Bye, VOD Squad.
Bye-bye.
We said hello to you earlier.
Bye-bye.
We totally said
We
hello to
say
you
hello.
earlier.